Welcome to ZoomInData, your trusted destination for mastering data and analytics interviews. In this video, we explore 25 essential interview questions on OneLake shortcuts in Microsoft Fabric, explained with very detailed, interview-oriented answers in a clear and structured format. This session is ideal for data engineers, BI developers, data architects, and freshers preparing for Microsoft Fabric interviews. 1. What are OneLake shortcuts? OneLake shortcuts are virtual references to data stored in another location, such as another workspace or external storage. They allow access to data without physically copying it. Shortcuts behave like native folders inside OneLake. They enable centralized data access across the organization. 2. Why are shortcuts used in Fabric? To eliminate data duplication across teams and projects. To enable secure data sharing without copying datasets. To reduce storage costs. To simplify enterprise data architecture. 3. What types of shortcuts are supported? Shortcuts to another OneLake location. Shortcuts to Azure Data Lake Storage. Shortcuts across workspaces and domains. Read-only and governed access shortcuts. 4. How do shortcuts enable data sharing? Data is shared virtually instead of physically copied. Security policies of the source are preserved. Teams access the same dataset across workspaces. Collaboration becomes simpler and faster. 5. How do shortcuts eliminate data duplication? All consumers reference the same physical dataset. No need to create multiple copies. Updates occur once and reflect everywhere. Storage usage is significantly reduced. 6. How do shortcuts affect performance? Data is accessed directly from the source. No additional synchronization overhead. Maintains high-performance analytics. Reduces latency caused by data movement. 7. How are shortcuts created in OneLake? Created within a workspace through Fabric interface. Users specify the target data location. Security validation is applied during creation. Shortcut appears as a folder in OneLake. 8. How do shortcuts manage permissions? Shortcuts inherit permissions from the source data. Destination workspace permissions also apply. Access is strictly controlled. Prevents unauthorized data exposure. 9. How do shortcuts integrate with external storage? Can reference Azure Data Lake Storage. External data appears native inside OneLake. Enables hybrid data architectures. No data duplication is required. 10. How do shortcuts work across workspaces? A workspace can reference data from another workspace. Both workspaces maintain independent governance. Enables cross-project collaboration. Simplifies enterprise data sharing. 11. How do shortcuts support multi-tenant access? Data remains isolated per tenant. Shortcuts respect tenant-level security boundaries. Controlled sharing across tenants. Maintains compliance and privacy. 12. How do shortcuts affect data governance? Governance policies remain enforced from the source. Lineage is tracked across shortcut usage. Auditing covers shortcut access. Ensures consistent governance. 13. How do shortcuts handle data updates? Changes in the source reflect instantly. No need for resync or refresh. Ensures consumers always see current data. Simplifies maintenance. 14. How do shortcuts support real-time access? Provide immediate access to updated data. No replication delays. Enables real-time analytics scenarios. Supports low latency reporting. 15. How do shortcuts manage metadata? Metadata is inherited from the source dataset. Changes propagate automatically. Maintains consistency across consumers. Supports discovery and lineage. 16. How do shortcuts impact cost optimization? Reduce duplicate storage costs. Minimize compute overhead for synchronization. Lower operational expenses. Improve overall platform efficiency. 17. How do shortcuts ensure data consistency? Single physical copy of data. No conflicting dataset versions. Unified governance enforcement. Guarantees reliable analytics. 18. How do shortcuts handle access control? Enforce both source and destination permissions. Support fine-grained security. Prevent unauthorized access. Maintain enterprise security standards. 19. How do shortcuts support cross-domain analytics? Enable sharing data between business domains. Preserve domain-level governance. Support enterprise-wide insights. Improve collaboration across departments. 20. How do shortcuts manage data lineage? Lineage tracking includes shortcut references. Shows full data flow across domains. Improves transparency. Supports impact analysis. 21. How do shortcuts scale with data growth? No additional storage required. Performance scales with underlying storage. Supports increasing workloads. Maintains system stability. 22. How do shortcuts support hybrid data architectures? Integrate on-premises and cloud data. Provide unified access across environments. Eliminate complex integration pipelines. Simplify hybrid analytics solutions. 23. How do shortcuts reduce data movement? Data remains at the source. Consumers access data virtually. Eliminates unnecessary copying. Improves pipeline reliability. 24. How do shortcuts support disaster recovery? Source data remains protected. Shortcuts automatically reference recovered data. No need to recreate datasets. Supports business continuity. 25. What are best practices for using OneLake shortcuts? Use shortcuts for shared datasets. Apply strong governance at the source. Avoid unnecessary data copies. Monitor access and performance regularly. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe and save for your interview preparation. If you want more questions on real-time projects, contact ZoomInData.